Today we're taking a look at the 7Artisans 35mm t1.05. Now, over the last several months, I've had the ability to go through and test all of the cine lenses that are currently offered by 7Artisans. And so today I am testing the last cine lens that I haven't yet tested on the channel, which is the 35mm t1.05, which is a part of their Vision lineup. Again, if you're not familiar, the Vision Cine lineup from 7Artisans is a Super 35 or APS-C cine lens lineup. And so while I'm testing it on full frame cameras, this may be more beneficial with something like an FX30 or potentially something like a Fujifilm camera that is using an APS-C size sensor. But with all that said, we're gonna go ahead and dive into what I think about this lens. And as always, we are gonna break it down by the image, the build, and my overall thoughts / who I think could be useful for. And let's start by talking about the image. Now, out of the Vision lineup, I think it's safe to say this is my favorite of the set. I had a much better experience trying to get a critical focus with this lens than I did with the 25mm because it does retain some good center sharpness. You do have the T1.05, which without saying is going to be a really good low light performing lens. One of the things that you're gonna see is me filming my daughter painting, and this was all with window lighting and on a rainy day, and I think some of it I even had an ND filter on, and so that should tell you that you're able to capture a lot of light with this lens. Now, just like the 25mm, I was really pleased with the more vintage style or unique flaring out of this lens. Something that you will need to look out for is there's going to be some chromatic aberration, but with a fast lens like this, that should not come as a surprise, and as you start stopping down, you should see that go away. And so with that said, I've been really impressed with how this lens has performed. Again, I think it's one of the best ones in the Vision lineup. And so with that, let's talk about the build of the lens. Now, just like we've mentioned before, and I can almost copy and paste the build features of this lens to the Vision lenses, you are going to have an all metal housing. You're going to have, I believe, a 270-degree focus throw and an 82mm filter thread. The outer diameter, I believe, is around an 86mm, somewhere roughly around 86mm, and so you are going to be hard pressed to get a matte box on this lens. But if you do have a screw-on adapter for a clamp-on matte box, that's a very easy solution. Now, going back to the focus throw, I did feel like the overall manual focusing experience with this lens was really nice. It was a nice smooth focus ring. The aperture ring, just like the other lenses, probably is a little bit too smooth, but again, that may be something you sacrifice getting an ultra budget cine lens. Now, the only thing that I cannot freaking figure out is the pins. Every cine lens from 7Artisans has the pins, and no one has been able to tell me at 7Artisans what they do. I've had a lot of theories about what they do. They don't seem to affect focusing. They're not really used for pulling focus. I really don't know what they're used for. It would be really nice for like the manual or something like that to tell us what the freaking pins do. I'm just saying, it would be nice because I'm very confused. And so between the image and the build, what are my overall thoughts and who would I recommend this lens to? Now, first, overall thoughts. I've been really happy with this lens. I really do like how it performs. I do feel like it's a good entry-level cinema lens for filmmakers that are on a budget looking for a lens that may have more vintage characteristics, but also in that cinema body. You may want to graduate from like a vintage lens or something like that. This may be a lens to check out. If you are somebody that's on an ultra low budget and you're looking for that vintage cine lens set, I would definitely consider checking out the 7Artisans Vision Cine lenses, maybe more specifically the 35mm t1.05. And so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like, and if you're digging the overall content from the channel, consider subscribing. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.